Hello dear students, welcome to Structural Analysis Part 2 subject, and here we are looking at the moment distribution method, and we'll see one numerical with a continuous beam, and uh, one end is fixed and another end is overhang. Okay, so here is the problem statement. A is support A is fixed, B is hinge or roller, sorry, B is hinge, and support C is overhang. Okay, now what will be the case or what will be the difference in moment distribution method, where the changes are going to happen in distribution factor and in moment distribution, means in carryover the difference will happen. Okay, other parts remaining same, and what is that difference we are going to see here. Okay, as you know, first step is finding out the fixed end moments. Okay, now we'll find out the fixed end moments for AB. So for this step 1, that is finding out of fixed end movements, we are going to assume that AB span is fixed. Okay, we are going to fix this support B, and then we are finding out the fixed end movement for AB. So what is the fixed end movement for the case when the beam is subjected to point load exactly at the center? That is WL by 8. Okay, W is 120, L is the length of span AB, that is 6 meter. Okay, divided by 8, and we know and this movement is in which direction? Is in anti-clockwise direction. So here we are assuming that anti-clockwise movement as positive, so that's why plus 90 kilonewton meter. Okay, and for BA span, this movement is in clockwise direction. Okay, this is in clockwise direction. How to find out clockwise? Just how the changes are happening with the clockwise and anti-clockwise is only the change of sign, plus or minus. So here in the whole parts, unit 1 and unit 2, we are assuming that clockwise as negative and anti-clockwise movements as positive. Okay, so BA movement is clockwise, so that's why it is considered as negative. You can consider vice versa, that is clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative, according to your convenience, but keep the sign convention same for unit 1 and unit 2 for to avoid the confusion. Okay, so FEMBA is clockwise, that's why minus 90 kilonewton meter. Okay, then moving towards the span BC, again here we are assuming that this BC support is fixed. Okay, we are going to assume for fixed end movement part only. Okay, that BC is fixed, and then it is subjected to UDL of 60 kilonewton meter. Okay, 60, I forgot to like 60 kilonewton per meter will be the UDL for BC span. Okay, for BC span 60 kilonewton per meter is the UDL quantity. Okay, so that's why here again here there is a one more big difference in finding out the fixed end movements of BC span. We know this BC span, we are going to assume this BC span as a fixed. Okay, but in actual this overhang, this B to C this C support is overhang, so that's why we are going to calculate a movement which is a anti-clockwise. So just consider there is only one movement present in the B support. Okay, and what will be the direction of this movement? What will be the clockwise or anti-clockwise nature? Just consider here this UDL is acting downwards. Okay, so that this beam will deflect Okay, there will be some downward deflection or sagging of this movement. So to avoid this sagging, this BC span or this support B has to create an equal and opposite kind of movement to avoid this sagging, or to keep this BC span, this B end will create an equal and opposite movement so that this B joint will be stable. Okay, just uh, recall your engineering mechanic concepts. Okay, in first year. Okay, so just remember whatever we are doing here, why we are doing all these things. Just only one reason behind it is to keep the beam, or to keep the structure in stable, in equilibrium condition. That's why there are some external applied loads, so that to avoid that externally applied loads, we are going to that member is going to create or produce the equal and opposite kind of movements, or equal and opposite kind of forces. Okay, that all, or we can say this is the key of structural subjects. Okay, so that only we are doing here. Okay, so that now what you understand, this movement will be produced to avoid this sagging. Okay, so that it will keep this B joint in stable condition. Okay, now what is the nature of this movement? It is anti-clockwise, I agree. So that's why we'll consider this movement as positive, Okay, 60 into 3 into 1.5. Just we have done the simple calculation. And in general, this support C, it doesn't have any load. Okay, we can assume only in case of when the ends are simply supported, roller or hinge. If it is overhang, then we cannot assume it as a fixed, or we cannot provide any kind of movement here. Okay, the movement at CB will be 0. That's why we consider that's why we do not consider as this BC is fixed and like that. Okay, so we'll calculate the movement as we do conventional method. Okay, 60 into 3, and this movement will act exactly at the center of BC span. That's why into 1.5, that will be the 270 kilonewton movement present for BC span. I think it is clear to you. Then we consider our second step is finding out the distribution factor. Okay, then we'll make a small table. This is two span beam. That's why joints are A and B. Members coming or members emerging from joint A are only AB, and from joint there are two members BA and BC. Okay, so because it is far end is fixed, that's why we consider here as dash dash. Okay, and this this BA, okay, this B to A, BA, sorry, the far end is fixed, so that we'll consider here I by 6. Okay, that is sorry, I by L, that will be the quantification for K. Okay, moment of inertia divided by length of that particular span. Okay, so 6 is the span, I by L is the quantification of stiffness. Okay, so 0.16 I. And again for BC it is overhang, far end is overhang. Just just consider this joint B, and then what will be the far end condition that matters in case of distribution factor. Okay, so far end is overhang, that's why 0. And finally this is summation of stiffness, and this is distribution factor is equals to member stiffness divided by joint stiffness. Okay, and always remember, whatever will be the stiffness of that particular joint is equal to unity, that is 1. Okay, now moving towards the next important step, that is step 3, moment distribution. Okay, so we'll prepare one table, and just keep this table as simple as it should be. Okay, just don't insert so much values or don't insert so much type of remarks in this table. Okay, just keep it in simple way, because in exam we do not have such time to write all the details. Okay, so this table gives you a short and accurate way of finding the end moments. Okay, so in various books you find some remarks added over here, and they do not write distribution factor at this stage. Okay, so uh, uh, just for your convenience and just for your simplicity and just for your exam point of view, just remember this simple and keep it as simple and as short as possible. Okay, then first point is joint. Joints are A, B, and C. And then where the member or where the beam span ends, then put one line. Okay, so this is only two span beam. That's why we kept as a two columns here. Okay, AB and BA, and from C to from B to C join BC and CB. Then moving towards the next distribution factor, it is only present for BA support, that is 1. Okay, 1 will be the distribution factor. Then fixed end movements, write it according to their sign, and if it doesn't present at any of the part of this member, like here CB, there will not be any movement, so that's why don't put 0 over here to avoid any confusion. Just keep a blank. Similarly for distribution factor, here for AB member there is not any distribution factor, so but just don't keep or just don't put 0 over there. Okay, 0 has its own meaning. Okay, so to avoid your confusion, so just whatever the values are not present there and whatever values are 0 that are in your mind, but don't put it in your paper. Okay, now what is the difference of this uh, so 270 minus 90, this, and why we are doing this movement distribution? Just to keep the joint stable. Okay, so that is the main purpose of this distribution. Okay, to keep the joint stable, equal and opposite, just remember this throughout the subject. Okay, equal and opposite movements or equal and opposite forces should have to be there. Okay, but here what is the difference, or what is the unbalanced movement? Unbalanced movement is plus 180. So uh, to keep this joint be in stable condition, we have to apply equal and opposite type of movement. Okay, so we are going to apply minus 180 movement, and we are going to multiply this movement with a distribution factor. Okay, that exactly comes as a minus 180. Okay, and this far end is fixed. So if the far end is fixed, then we can carry over half the movement. Okay, that's why minus 90. So and then after each carryover, then you put a one line and then do the summation of movement part. Okay, just to check whether we have to stop. Okay, if it doesn't balance the movement, then you are going to do the second iteration or second carryover part. Okay, then after this first iteration, we are going to make one line, and then we are going to do the summation of movement part. Okay, so 90 minus 90 0, here it is minus 270. Okay, and obviously it is 0. Now just consider here what is the main part, that is we have to keep this joint in stable condition, so that whatever members movement is 0. Okay, summation of movement is 0 at particular joint. Okay, just remember the three equilibrium conditions. What are the three equilibrium conditions? Summation of vertical forces is equals to 0, summation of horizontal forces is equals to 0, and summation of movement is equals to 0. So here we are just dealing with the movements, that's why summation of movement at the particular joint is 0. That's, and we have achieved here. Okay, so we have to stop. So we'll stop our iteration here. And what is the next step? That is drawing of shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay, and I keep this part up to you because you have to complete the numerical. Okay. And if any doubts or if any queries arise, then you can comment in the comment box, or you can put a message in our SA2 subject WhatsApp group. Okay. Thank you.